Meeting in the Skies brought to you by Skies Hotel and Chiaya Tourists. Today, Simon Tahero and I met at Skies Hotel for brunch on Sunday, looking out over Kampala City in the skies. Apologize for the clinking. That's what you'll hear, our tea and such.
Meeting in the Skies.
Simon, 27th January already. I remember when this month started, all of my Ugandan friends were saying that January lasts forever. It's like a 3-month long thing. Do you think that's true? Do you feel like
it does? Don't you feel like we're still in Jan? I do have some of the good memes that I saw this week of people saying, you mean January is still happening?
I don't know. It kind of flew by for me. But it took a lot out of me at the same time. I think when you start very ambitious...
You're right, it's gone quickly, but still, it has taken a while.
Yeah. Especially people who are still waiting for December's pay, huh?
No, who finished December's pay?
Yeah.
They've been waiting for Jan's pay.
In fact, they finished it in November, just preparing.
Yeah, but look, the fact of the matter is that one of the reasons January is such a long month, money aside, because money everybody expects, is because of the intense amount of fun and enjoyment in the last week of December. Actually, maybe the last 2 weeks of December. We're supposed to go switch off for Christmas, like run about the 15th, thereabouts. And they just don't come back until maybe the 5th of Jan.
So how does time distort when you come back from a party? Is it like a hangover?
It's a hangover. It really is a hangover.
Yeah.
But an intense hangover. That has made even worse by the lack of money.
Yeah.
Lack of focus,
and having to
lack of focus on many people's parts.
True, and having to return to real life, real expectations, even more so with all this ambitious, this is what I want to do in 2018.
Yeah, but for me, this year was much easier because, one, I entered into a new routine, so I didn't really break off. I was still working. I wasn't going into the office every day. I was in work mode. Every day I was, checking up on my emails, my phone. Even when I went to the store for Christmas.
Oh.
And every time I went into town, I'd be checking out the Coca-Cola coolers, talking to the retailers, making sure they've got the drinks. I went to the depot twice. Even called up the plant at one point, find out when are these guys getting their Fanta orange because work well too. Partly because I didn't want the guys who would take an official leave to come back and say, how come you went to the village and yet you hadn't applied for leave? That was part of it.
What is it like to work for a brand that is freaking everywhere, Simon? I mean...
It's great. if you're like me,
yeah,
it's really great. The funny thing, I was thinking about that yesterday because of my brother-in-law, he works for Meme. And I was thinking to myself, he really doesn't have it easy because I used to do work for Meme. But then he's also kind of the same. He likes that feeling of every time you look up, that's you they are talking about. So it's interesting. It can be a bit tiring. Well, because think how many people will stop me on the roadside to say, wait, Coca-Cola? Listen, how come the price of this is that and and I'm in the exact position where I really need to find an answer.
Yeah.
So it makes work a bit harder. And it's also everywhere, not just in Uganda, but global. Every time I'm watching movies, TV, the sitcoms, reading books, you always find Coca-Cola popping up every so often. So it can be much.
Can I ask though, January, for me it was a very ambitious time. Can I say was? I mean, we're not quite finished the month.
We're still in Jan, properly in the month.
But it was an ambitious time. I thought, now I want to do all of these things. And by January 20th, I fell sick. Because I was having, 12-hour work days, which to me...
Because of your drive, you wanted to get everything
Yes,
done.
I just wanted to do everything. And I was saying yes to too many things, I think, and then feeling committed and making sure that I did it. And I'm wondering, other people told me they started January slow. They said the Ugandan way is, you kind of ease into it. Maybe that's the hangover thing, I don't know. I didn't do that.
I never do that. And that's the thing. Some people believe you're supposed to do that. I think that's wrong. you actually need to start January out fast, hit the ground running. Why? Life is a jungle. Yeah. By the way, the word jungle is used to mean a foresty place. That's not what it is. A jungle is a wilderness that's not inhabited by people. It
Yeah.
comes from the Indian word jangala. The rule of the jungle is he who's strongest wins.
Yeah.
He who moves fastest
Yeah.
wins the prize. If everybody else is starting the year out slow, perfect opportunity for you to start the year out fast.
True. Get ahead of them from the start.
And that means from the start of the year, you're the guy, you're the lady who's at the front of the pack. You're going to win. It's as simple as that. You imagine, I told someone maybe 5-6 years ago when I was still at SMS Media, guys, this thing of taking Christmas breaks and then come back at the end of Jan, forget. We need to come back, we need to be the first people to come back into the office. And then from the 2nd of January, you're sending proposals.
Yeah.
We had a thing where during the Christmas period, you send Christmas messages, of course sending messages to other people. Then as a business, SMS Media would send messages to people saying, Merry Christmas. On New Year's Day, we'd say, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Then as soon as the year begins, we're the first email you get saying, hi, welcome back to the office. We look forward to picking up where we were last year. You know, we have this proposal, that proposal. I'd go on my Christmas break with proposals prepared for my top customers, clients. And then other proposals that, you know, I'd have in mind, work on them during the holiday.
Yeah.
Beginning of year.
Send them out.
Yeah. And of course, you bite. They bite rather. And you have a deal.
And you pick up the business.
I picked up a lot of business that way.
Okay. I mean, you're making a lot of sense, and it's inspiring even. But I feel like there's this balance that has to be made because you and I both worked over the holidays. I was also at Nagoo Skies Hotel, right?
Yeah, I
and we
remember
had
you
our
were.
New Year's here and everything, so it didn't really stop. And I see these things, especially in the entertainment industry. Like in Uganda, they have Team No Sleep, and there's so many people are like hustle 24/7, right? I think that's faked a lot of the time. I saw a tweet recently like, you guys who are saying hustle 24/7 in your tweets at 3 a.m., you probably just got up to go to the bathroom, you know? But on my side, I was saying that I got sick. I got this cold. And weirdly, January got a cold, I think. Like everything became...
During the so-called hot season.
Right? It was so hot and then it became cold. And for me, I'm always trying to find that balance between self-care and hustle. And I haven't found it yet. I haven't figured out like how hard can you work or when does it become too hard and you're just diminishing returns, you know?
Right now, you're on diminishing returns, right?
Hey guys, why don't we meet in the skies? Meeting in the skies.
I think so.
Did you take a break during December?
Not really, no.
Not even for a day.
Well, maybe a day here and there. Yeah, sure. I can take a Sunday. But
Had you taken leave during the year?
I traveled, but it wasn't like leave because, you know, you have to like meet
The time you
100
went on
friends and
safari or the time you
families.
went back to Canada?
Yeah, I did both of those things, and both of them were very, you know, socializing with family
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
so you did not at any one point go and switch off, you know? Just kick back, do nothing for like a week or a month where you're not surfing the internet for this and
Yeah.
emailing these people and searching this and meeting.
By the way, a smartphone addiction can really make it like you never don't work, you know, because you'll be in bed, you'll be watching something on Netflix even, or with your friend or whatever, and still you're getting WhatsApp messages and checking your notifications on social media and stuff, and that is related to your work, so.
See, but now you know this, so you know exactly
Yeah.
what to avoid.
Yeah.
Now, the reason you're in diminishing returns now is because you worked the whole year without taking a break. This thing of saying I had 8 hours sleep, that's not a break. No, that's 8 hours sleep. Taking a break is where you switch off to allow the body to regenerate, to allow yourself to recreate the energy that you need to run a whole other season, as
Yeah.
it were. I was listening to another podcast last week, and this guy said how he had read a book that explained that the brain is the most energy consuming part of the human body. The brain uses up so much energy, that it actually will make you choose the easier path to doing something, so that you don't use more energy. But it is-
How do you mean?
It's a very interesting concept. So
Yeah.
what the brain does, the brain itself knows that it needs a lot of energy. The brain considers how much energy you have in your body and then says, no, this girl does not have enough energy to cure cancer right now. Okay? So instead, what we're going to do is let's have her swallow one Panadol and that's it. She can rest a bit and then come back and deal with smaller issues. It's one of the reasons why we have a very short attention span in general.
Yeah.
That's because the brain tells you, no, switch off. You could actually intensify what you're doing and work on something for 12 hours straight.
Yeah.
But your brain therefore needs a hell of a lot of energy
Yeah.
in order to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And it also doesn't want to do that because the body needs to do other things as well. So the brain will make you, actually the example this guy gave was, oh, squirrel, hey, squirrel. And then, that takes away, the brain rests for like those 5 minutes till you come back and then you go to work. Now,
Okay.
that's why you've got to switch off.
This is interesting when you say how a distraction is like the brain's way of resting, because what is a distraction and what is work? For someone who works on social media, where you're just following your phone down this rabbit hole and you're trying to do 10 things at the same time, I imagine that must be pretty energy consuming,
It is. But then, look, I always tell people like you who work on social media, switch off. There's nothing wrong with doing so. When I'm doing a major task, major work-related work processing, let's say, I switch off my Twitter, pop. I won't have Facebook open, WhatsApp off, open the document I'm going to work on, and that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, focus.
While I'm doing it, I don't have any notifications. My phone is to the side. I'm not going to take any phone calls. I'm not going to respond to any WhatsApp messages. No. Focus on this task. I don't even have to finish it, but as long as I give it the amount of time I've dedicated to it, I've done a lot of work on that. Leave the task, come and check a couple of emails, stop reading emails, open my Twitter timeline and then pour a coffee, and I'm going through the timeline as I drink coffee or whatever it is, respond to a few tweets, check this and that, follow links, stop that, come back to another task. I actually, in 2018, one of the things that I'm going to do more of is use my calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I put everything I'm going to do into my calendar. So I've got a work calendar and a private calendar. I've used my calendars for years and years and years, but then there are many things I'll do that I'm not going to put on my calendar. I mean, like last week, very amusingly for me as well, I put on my calendar create seedbed. So I went and got this, I don't know what part of the palm tree it is, but you know the top bark cover,
Yeah.
it falls off and then it looks like a canoe.
Yeah.
So I picked one up from the blood bank. Everybody go and donate blood, please. I picked one up from the blood bank and said, oh, this would make a nice flower pot kind of thing. But no, maybe I'll use it to make a seedbed. So I thought about it for a couple of days and said, tomorrow, I must make a seedbed.
Yeah.
Put that on my calendar. I think it was 5:30 p.m. Make seedbed. So when someone called me and said they wanted us to meet urgently over I checked my calendar, make seedbed. Now I knew the meeting this guy wants us to have is important for him, maybe even for me to a certain extent, but I've scheduled that I should do this seedbed today. If I don't do it today, I'm probably not going to have time the rest of the week. And I checked the rest of the week, I didn't have the time to do it. I turned down that meeting because I could have that meeting maybe the next morning. To do the seedbed, I needed to be at home.
Yeah.
To have the meeting, I could do it anywhere. This guy will come to where I want. So that's one of the things I'm going to do more of this year. Use the calendar and schedule things and tasks
Yeah.
down to the minute, including how much time it takes for me to get from Naguru Skies, up here on the hill, down to the blood bank, which is where I'm going from here. Build that into my calendar, then I'll be more relaxed. Yeah.
This is, I hope you don't mind me saying, old man wisdom.
Old man wisdom.
I think we need more of
It
that.
actually is.
Yeah, focus. We all have different information that we can share, and I think that young people they don't have much experience with focus these days. compared to what I see in my life in Uganda is self-care. This issue of little things. For example, when you have a cold, I was at the shop the other day, and this lady was packing the bags, and she coughed and sneezed right into her hands, and then picked my money to give to me and put held my food and everything. And so I tried to be polite, and I said, "Excuse me, do you mind trying to sneeze into the pit of your elbow, or off, but not in your hands, because if you sneeze in your hands, then the germ gets in your hands, and then the germs go to me, and then we've got this cold moving around, right?"
Now I'm sitting with you over here.
Yeah,
Picking up the supermarket woman's germs.
but man, did you see I sneezed right into my elbow pit? At least I'm trying. Also, I did get 8 hours sleep last night. I didn't go out drinking or anything like that.
So your cold is going.
Yeah, I'm dealing with it, but I think a lot of people here don't have. Another thing that happened. So just about like understanding preventative healthcare or understanding healthcare in general. Because to be honest, in Uganda, I'm not looking forward to entering a hospital and getting emergency services. I'd rather be okay to begin with.
Anywhere in the world, for me, to be honest.
Yeah. Even in Canada, the problem is not that we don't have the services. Yes, they're high quality, but that everyone has a right to them. So when you go to the hospital, you have to wait your turn, and everybody's there, and it takes forever, So anyway, another thing that happens here is people are constantly, prescribing antibiotics for things that are not bacterial infections. So the other day I came home, I wasn't feeling well. My maid, the lady who manages my house, was also not feeling well. She asked for money for medication to go take care of her own cold. I said, sure, go ahead. As me, I'm taking some lemon juice because I think it's a virus and it's not I just need sleep and rest. Anyway, she comes home with these pills and she says, why don't you take one? I look it up. She has no idea what it is because the doctor just gives it to her, or she goes to the pharmacist and they give it to her. I look it up and it's antibiotics. And she's asking me if I want to share. Now, if
Just like that, let's share antibiotics.
And now, if you know anything about antibiotics, you know that you need to take the whole course because otherwise, you kill off the weak antibiotic or the bacteria, and the strong bacteria survive, right? She doesn't understand this. She doesn't even know what she has, and she's just thinking, I'll take one, you take one, maybe we'll both get better.
Man, that's always been a problem, and it didn't surprise me that it still exists, but it dismays me a lot. That's why we need more regulation.
Yeah,
End of the day, it's as simple as that. We just need more regulation and more education.
Education also, because you see, even if the doctor tells you what to do, if you don't have that foresight to go and look and see, what is this that I'm taking? How am I supposed to take it? Oh, there's dangers if I do it this way. I need to be disciplined, whatever. Then you might as well just, split up the drugs and everybody gets stronger bacteria.
But that's exactly what used to happen back in the day. And that's how malaria became such a big problem in, East Africa, but Uganda as well, especially in the 1980s. So by the 90s, it was the biggest killer. Forget about HIV/AIDS. Now we've pulled back a little bit, but we pulled back simply via education. Getting people to understand, one, how you're contracting malaria, why you're contracting it. If you don't sleep under a mosquito net, that's one problem. But if you go and sit outside in a bar the whole night, and then go home and get under the net, the mosquitoes got you over there, not here. So, things like using mosquito repellents, we don't do that. On a large scale in Uganda, we don't really do that. But then spray your home. Those are the things that now, that's sensitization. We call it sensitization, but it's really education. Because people understand that if I do this, then I do that. Then the last bit was, when you're given a course of medication, take all of it the way the doctor prescribed. Because that guy went to school for 5 years to understand how to treat your disease. So don't try and become clever along the way. You do what that guy has told. But now problem is, and that's why they're talking about these pharmacies now. I'm sure you saw the news reports on pharmacies.
What did it say?
Is it the Ugandan Medical and Dental Practitioners? Well, the Ministry of Health made an announcement. All drug shops are to be closed within a certain number of months. I can't remember how many. And either transform into pharmacies, because in Uganda you have pharmacies and drug shops. You can go and buy drugs. That lady probably went to a drug shop and bought antibiotics. So these drug shops have started selling drugs that they are not supposed to sell. Drug shops should be able to sell over-the-counter drugs. Pharmacies sell prescription drugs and over-the-counter drugs.
Okay.
Now, drug shops don't have pharmacists sitting in them, whereas pharmacies have got actual pharmacists.
Yeah.
And must be linked to hospitals and medical practitioners, doctors.
Right.
Now this is where the ministry has said, let's close all these drug shops, create more pharmacies, and make sure the pharmacies are available for as many people as possible across the country. Which makes sense.
Yeah, plus hopefully it'll employ more pharmacists, and those pharmacists can educate people on how to take
And
drugs.
exactly.
Right?
And we have very many pharmacists in Uganda.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I don't know. I think, yes.
Hey guys, why don't we meet in the skies? Meeting in the skies.
A system matters, it helps to have regulations like you're saying, but also I think people just need to educate themselves. They need
They
to,
want to educate themselves. People need to be educated. Whether they're educated by their peers or by the government or by you and I, but they need to be educated. They need to be sensitized, they need to be shown why. Because I think education is, in Uganda, is approached wrongly,
no?
and it does extremely well at that. Extremely. So tell me about your cold. How have you dealt with it besides lemon
Well,
tea?
that reminds me, I should order some dawa tea.
Yeah, instead of exactly.
Yeah. So dawa tea has been. By the way, what is the history of dawa tea? Because I tried Googling it, I couldn't find it. I didn't know how to spell it. I never heard of it in Canada. But here, this thing of lemon, is it lemon, ginger, and honey?
Yep, those are base ingredients.
It's delicious, and I can feel it making me feel better with all the vitamins and everything. But I don't know, is this an Indian thing or?
You know, it's interesting you ask that because now I've got to find out and write an article about it.
Yeah.
In my understanding, dawa means medicine.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that makes sense. It feels like medicine.
Dawa is actually Swahili for medicine.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
So, dawa is ideally whatever concoction you take that's going to heal a certain illness, sickness, or malady, whatever it might be.
Okay.
Now, dawa tea as we know it right now here today is that simple mixture we talked about of lemon, honey, ginger, hot water, right?
Yes.
Back in the day, the first time I ever went to the Tamarind Down in Mombasa, they served you this, it was their signature drink, the Tamarind Down.
Okay.
So it was a short glass of lime, a lime, cut up lime,
Okay.
a drop of honey, a little bit of ginger.
Okay. Alan, can I get a dawa tea, please?
Dawa tea.
Yes. Thank you.
Let's have two. I haven't tried your dawa. Let me try it.
Hey guys, why don't we meet in the skies? Meeting in the skies.
Yes. Thank you.
Let's have two. I haven't tried your dawa. Let me try it.
Simon, you've actually been helpful. I've fallen into this sickness. I'm looking at the rest of my year. I want to be productive, and we've got a bit of wisdom. We've got the dawa. We've got
Dawa.
focus.
And how to make your own dawa.
Yeah. How to make your own dawa. Also focusing. How to turn off your phone.
Listen, and whatever you do,
Yeah.
always have a block during your day where you switch a phone off.
What do you do when your phone's off?
I read, I'm going to watch TV, sometimes I'll be doing work on my laptop. This is my rule. When I get home in the evening, my phones are plugged into charger or something, and for maybe 2 hours, I will not look at those phones. There are times like when my dad is sick, he's not old, but sometimes he has health challenges. So if I know he's not well, then I'll call him up and say, hey, what's up? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. What are you doing? He tells me, okay, cool. I know where the rest of the family is.
Yeah.
My phone's going to be on the side, off.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who calls me, I can't see the phone. And if I'm sitting on my laptop, I have a trick, so I can tell when a certain phone call is coming through, but I'm not going to pay any attention to it. I probably can even see a few messages, but I can't see all of them, so I won't bother with them. Life doesn't end. And for 2 hours, I'm free. Go downstairs, have dinner. Because I don't have my phone, I'm really focusing on the kids. I'm going to ask them what they did, what did you learn, what
Yeah.
happened. You know, we'll talk.
Yeah.
Talk to my wife, and we really talk. And once that is done, go back upstairs. Mind you, even at this point, I'm not going to get back onto the phone because that's a recipe for more trouble. So I might check to see missed calls. I'm now arrived at a point where no one really calls me anymore. Because 2-3 years ago, I announced to everybody I'm not taking any more phone calls. And I've been very rude about it, but there's a very good reason why.
You're like us young people, though. We also don't like taking phone calls.
But you will respond to messages.
Yeah, true. You
And
don't.
that's the thing, I can't. I simply I have 12,000 numbers in my phone. 12,000 numbers,
Wow.
contacts.
Yeah.
And I probably know 8,000 of those people, probably. So I can't reply every message. On WhatsApp, there's a point at which I found myself in maybe 200 WhatsApp groups. You can't contribute to 200 conversations.
No.
You can't read all these messages.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm now a realistic guy. I'll turn on my phone, open WhatsApp, and see, oh, you have 500, messages, 1,000 messages. Okay. Open group, close, open group, close, open group. That's all I do.
You just clear it out.
Yeah.
I have this game with one group where it's like one of my most active groups. I won't say what it is. And I actually wait. Flo. Speaking of waiting.
Now she arrives midway through the podcast.
My goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kakanshosi joining us. Late like a millennial and not ashamed.
Properly
I'm so
late.
sorry.
What happened?
Border problems. I always have border. What did you guys talk about?
Well, we talked about how, we were sharing wisdom. Huh? Mostly, I think Simon was sharing wisdom with me because I
Oh, I
fell
was
in the
doing it a bit as well.
because I fell into this cult, and we were talking about self-care and how do you avoid the mistakes of our nation, and that brought us into a story of pharmacies and people taking antibiotics the wrong way and being too much on their phones and realizing that they're using all their mental energy and burning themselves out. And so yeah, I feel older actually talking to this guy, so I'm glad that you're here.
Like I told you, you're going to call me the old man of the podcast. Old man in the skies.
But about the pharmacies, so there's this neighbor from home who went. She didn't know. I think Ugandans do not go like for medical checkups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she went this time she just felt like headaches and stuff like that. So she goes to the hospital and they gave her, I think, painkillers. And she died that night because they said they affected. She had a blood pressure problem and she didn't know about it. And those tablets affected her. And she had never known about her blood pressure or anything like that.
See, that's what we talked about education.
Yeah.
We talked about how education, not going to school to get a degree, but how people need to learn how these things work, why you need to go for medical checkup. Do you do annual medicals, Flo?
Yeah, I do that.
Every year,
Yeah.
a full medical checkup.
Yeah.
Kim 5. And do you do it?
Yeah, I do.
Kim 5. I do mine in May of every year. My
Yeah.
birthday week, I go and do a full medical.
That's a good way to go about it.
Yeah, because now, it's like when you're going to service your car, find out what's going on, diagnostics.
Yeah.
And so far it's worked very well for me. I know exactly what I need to do to fix what. I know where my risks
you.
might come from. Doesn't mean I'm not going to die. Of course I'll die one
Yeah.
day. But at
Yeah,
least I'm
but-
not going to die in a very stupid manner.
Yeah.
Like that lady over there.
Yeah.
And that comes from education, sensitization.
Our
Yeah,
Dawa
true.
tea has arrived.
Yes, in very nice teapots. Good skies, by the way.
Thanks, Rachel.
Weekend. And I'm going to stop this particular recording. Meetings in the skies.
Yeah, meeting in the skies.
That has been this week's episode. Thanks to the Skies Hotel Nakuru. For more interesting couples, please tune in to Meeting in the Skies next week. See you then.